Greetings, my friends. It is I, Dr. Jimmy, again, and lurking around here. Oh, yes, if you look carefully, let me illuminate her. Can you see her? Lenny the Wonder Cat, right over there. She's not in the range of this lamp, but if I illuminated that way, I might be able to spot her. So, yes, she's taking a rest on her cat. Oh, she's coming. There she is. She just jumped up behind me. Hello, Lenny, my little baby cat. Yes, you wonderful pussums. She has to be part of it. Yes, she's a little bit of a ham. Doesn't like being left out of the video. All righty then, so it is evening of Saturday, August 3rd, 2019. Halloween Horror Nights is less than 5 weeks away. I think I said that earlier today when I made another video. Actually, I made 2 videos earlier, part 1 and part 2 of the full big reveal for Universal Studios Japan. I'm seeing if I can get her attention. See if she can come over here. She almost looked up to where she would get into the camera range. You funny little cat. What are you doing? Don't eat that. I need that for my cocktail. I know it smells something you like, but please don't eat that. You can't jump up there. There are things up there now. Yes, silly cat. She went back behind the computer. I hope she doesn't pull out the cords. Then we'll be in the dark. Oh, my goodness. All right. Lenny's being funny. Oh, so, the full review for Universal Studios Japan Halloween Horror Night 2019. I gave that this earlier today. Completed that. There's still lots more that has been revealed since then. Reveals for Universal Studios Florida, Universal Studios Hollywood, Universal Studios Singapore, and I believe at any moment now, it's just about 7:30. There's going to be a big reveal of some sort. I think the 7th May's for Hollywood again tonight. And there's going to be a Orlando City Soccer Club match, which they'll probably lose again. Oh, it's so painful being a fan of Orlando City. I love my Lions, but I love you so much. Why do you hurt me? Yes, of course. It's a bit masochistic. Oh, but now, tonight, as promised, I will continue my cocktail videos for Halloween Horror Nights 29. My hat looks funny today. It's not on correctly. It's not at the correct rakish angle. I suppose that'll have to do. It's not the same hat. Every so often it gets worn out and I go get a new one from the same shop in Charleston, South Carolina. I think this is like my 3rd hat, actually. So it just hasn't conformed to my head quite the same way as the first one, although it's pretty much the same style and size and shape. But each hat, I suppose, has its own personality. You know, didn't a wise man say the hat was wearing you? Who was that? I think it was Marilyn Manson. Oh dear, it's not a dope hat. It's just a dope wearing it. All right, where was I? Yes, it's time for my 4th cocktail video for Halloween Horror Nights 29. The 4th officially announced house this year was another original house, Depths of Fear, which of course we are told by those people who are know-it-alls. I suppose that's pot kettle black on my part, but those who think they know what's coming, they say, it's in one of the sprung tents. We will see. It may very well be. I covered it quite a lot in the announcement video a while back, my reaction to the announcement, which had been quite a bit late, of course. But Depths of Fear is an original house that features creatures called Mouth Brooders. Mouth Brooders that have their eggs in their mouths. Fish creatures, deep, deep under the sea in that underwater facility, that deep-sea mining capsule. It sounds quite horrific. So, pondering that, I came up with a solution for how I could make a cocktail, one that will be amazing and perhaps a bit shocking. I decided not to really make a mixed drink, but a sort of shot, and so I have procured this ornate shot glass as the perfect. And here I had some vodka in the freezer. Of course, it's been sitting for a couple minutes. When I started the video, the frost started coming off, but it's still icy cold inside. And I shall pour this. This is Absolute vodka, which is Swedish, I believe. And ooh, I just spilled on myself. And I will be very careful to pour it into the shot glass. When you put vodka in the freezer, it gets a little thick. Not like, it doesn't actually freeze, but it does have a slightly thicker consistency. It's still liquid. And I brought a napkin. I thought, you know, I might have to wipe my face because this light, if it makes me sweat again like it did earlier. So, make sure that's not too full. Let me take a look. Actually, it might be too full. Let me just sip a bit of the vodka. Good. Yes. Potent stuff. I have to make sure there's a little room there, because to that I will add something that will make this appropriate. And let's see if I can open it. Whatever the ingredient I've been trying to find and couldn't find at my Publix. I used to find this at Publix once upon a time, but they don't carry it anymore. They carry cheaper stuff that didn't look quite as good from lumpfish. One that's dyed black and one that's still red, but still nasty little red, tiny little bits that aren't quite as good as this, my friends. Right here. Yes, salmon roe. It says caviar, but it's not anything like the really expensive Osetra or beluga or something like that. And a little bit more sustainable than those highly endangered sturgeons. We don't want to. And costs hundreds and hundreds of dollars just for a little bit like this. No, this costs less than $10 here, if even that. This is salmon roe, and it's not even that good quality. Actually, there's a brand from a company called Romanoff. You can find lumpfish caviar in the Publix, as I said. Some of that's dyed black, but the actual roe is red, and they dye it black for the lumpfish because it doesn't, to make it look more like the expensive black caviar that comes from the sturgeons. And it's not terribly good, but they did have some salmon roe from that brand before at Publix. It wasn't the best. It was way too salty, not mollisol at all, which is a term they use for a little bit of salt. This is decent. It's actually from Florida, and Kita. But it might be fairly good quality. I'm not certain. Can't quite get this thing to. I'm going to have to use, of all things, a letter opener so I can tear through the. There we go. I thought it was just paper, but it feels more like tape. There we go. Tear that bit off and throw it away. And then I can open the little jar. Here it is. Actually, that smells fairly decent. I think it might be fairly decent quality. I wasn't looking. I was trying to find it. They didn't have it at the local Publix, so I went to a place I thought might have something like this. It's called Lombardi's here in Winter Park, where they have a lot of seafood and such. And they did, and I was very pleased. Otherwise, I would have to go down to the Vaimai district, if you know what I mean, the Virginia Mills district, where there's all sorts of Asian shops Of course, that might be more along the lines of sushi grade ikura, and I wasn't quite sure I wanted that either, because that might be a bit more pricey, and just for the purposes of the cocktail. Now, when you dish it out, a proper caviar spoon should be used. If you have one, you probably don't. If you use a metal spoon, it could affect the taste of the roe. And this is made from horn. Yes, I have that sort of thing, because of course I do. And I now get a nice spoonful of these, of the roe, and drop it into the shot glass. And I wasn't entirely certain what would happen when I do that. Would it sink to the bottom like this, or would it explode, or would it float? I thought, should I put the roe in first? But I thought, no, I'll drop it into the vodka. And let me get a better look so you can see that indeed this is the perfect cocktail for Depths of Fear and the Mouth Brooders, because we actually have a brood of eggs in the cocktail itself. There's actual fish eggs in the cocktail. Hooray. Well, it's a shot. So it's a caviar vodka shot, essentially, with salmon roe, because it's more visually spectacular and larger eggs, which is more suitable, I think, for the Depths of Fear haunted house, and a little less expensive than the pricier stuff. So here's blood in your eye. The only problem is the eggs sort of stayed on the bottom of the shot glass. Some of the flavor got into the vodka as I drank it down. But in order to properly enjoy the cocktail, it's a good thing I have a little horn spoon. I'm going to have to dish it out. Mouth brooder. I got the brood in my mouth. That's my mouth brooder. That was quite good. If you like it. That's almost this like sushi grade ikura after all. Damn. I guess they have some good stuff at Lombardi. Definitely not bad. I might have that with a bit of rice later on for dinner. So that is, you know, like ikura don, where you have the bowl of rice and you put the ikura on top. Oh, so that was very lovely. So that was my little shot for the Depths of Fear haunted house. I thought it would work. I think it got the idea across. It's a little bit better than the highly acidic caviar that the Mouth Brooders will spit on us in the house. Because there you don't eat the fish eggs eat you. You don't even get any blinis or anything with it. All right. But if they gave you shots of vodka, you probably wouldn't mind. That's the way you have it in Russia, of course, with vodka. Everything goes better with vodka. There's a little tiny bit of vodka and fish juice at the bottom of this, and so I'm going to have to pour just a little bit more of the vodka in here, just a little bit, because there's just a little fish juice from the caviar in the bottom. And just put a little bit more of the vodka in and whisk it about. See, it's a little cloudy, and that's going to be another follow-up after that. Indeed, because it has a little taste of the salmon to it. Not bad at all. Actually quite good. So, that was Depths of Fear. Now, hopefully, tomorrow I can make another video in the day, maybe more than one, but not like part 1, part 2, because I don't have so much to talk about all at once. I have to talk about Haunted House and Maze that was announced Wednesday week before last in Orlando and Hollywood. Then talk about the house and maze that was announced last week Thursday in for Orlando and Hollywood. And then I have to talk about the full reveal of Singapore, which happened this week Wednesday, which by tomorrow will be last week Wednesday, because tomorrow's next week, Sunday. Oh well, I think yes, that's right. But anyway, all of that will be lots of fun, and I'm going to have some friends with me for the next video, because I have all sorts of little friends that we might see in the haunted house over there to bring up. You know what I mean. I usually have done that before. I see a cat silhouette behind me. And of course, hopefully I can get those done, some of them tomorrow at least, but tomorrow night at the same time, roughly, in the evening, I hope to make another cocktail video for you. And which one would this be? Let's see, after, what was the 5th haunted house for Orlando reveal? Oh yes, that was Yeti, Terror of the Yukon. And oddly enough, that might be a little fishy as well, although it's not going to have any of this in it. No, but it might be fishy in a totally different way that is entirely Canadian. Maybe some of you might know what I'm talking about if you're familiar with Canadian beverages. But I'll make a twist on it to make it appropriate for this particular haunted house. So, until next time, again, of course, if you're under 21, do not drink any vodka. If you're over 21, only drink responsibly. You can have this at any age, but only if you are able to appreciate it, as one fellow said. So that's caviar. Let me taste like fish eggs. Okay, so let's all go brooding with our mouths. Actually, I think I have brooded with my mouth. Well, let's not go there. Oh, that would be a lighter blue hanky for that one. If anyone out there got it, well, never mind. Okay, so it's enough of that before I start getting ridiculous. I must fare you well until we next cross our streams together, which is a hint for the next video I hope to do tomorrow. That's a whole different hanky code for crossing the streams together. Is that yellow? Anyway, I will see you later. If you don't see me first, in which case you'll run away screaming.